Joining us today for this week's entertainment panel, as always, is Abby St. John. Thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Of course.
Now, we're starting off with a new thing coming out here in 2022. Will Smith is involved in this project on a serious drama called Bel Air that's set to premiere, of course, next year in 2022. And it's, a drama based off of Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And it's going to be interesting because this is for them to dive a little bit more into the, the serious issues that were involved in that show, but they weren't able to touch as much based on it just in their shorter episodes. And with all the comedy, of course, involved in it, I think they really wanted to be able to just kind of broaden it and be able to speak about those issues a little bit more. So now they're having this new drama that's supposed to be set to come out. They got a full cast list already, and they have a cast set released, even a short teaser trailer to kind of show what's going to be all involved in it. So it's going to be interesting to see this because they even had like a different take on the theme song over the trailer.
Yes, so there is a short little 45-ish second teaser trailer that was posted not too long ago, and it does show the new Will, who's played by Jabari Banks. It looks like he's in a pool, but he's underwater, and you can hear Will Smith's voice in the background, and he's speaking some of the lyrics from the iconic theme song from the sitcom, and it shows him sitting on a throne at the end. So that's kind of a take on, the theme song and it being, about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it has more of that serious tone to it, instead of, the goofy, very brightly colored type of theme that Fresh Prince did have. Now, like you said, it is going to touch on issues that the sitcom did touch on throughout the series. Issues relating to police brutality, biases, conflicts that related to his life. His issues with his father that they did address. But with 30 minutes and it being a sitcom, it's kind of hard to dive pretty deep into those subjects because you still want to have that comedy as it is a sitcom. So this show is going to be a little bit more darker and it's going to be able to go deeper into those issues, but still have the goofiness and the comedy that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is known for. And it is going to nod to some of the events in Fresh Prince. There's not too much about what we know so far about the plot or what to expect, but it will be kind of based on the sitcom, but in more of a drama setting. Now, this show is inspired by a parody on YouTube that was made 2 years ago, taking a darker spin on the Fresh Prince, kind of like what would happen if the Fresh Prince was a darker series. And it was made by Morgan Cooper, who will co-write, direct, and executive produce the show. So it's going to have that element to it. Will Smith, like you said earlier, is an executive producer, so he's going to have influence onto the show and kind of, because he was Will in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so he's going to be able to really be able to bring that show into this one, but still maintain those issues and the darker themes that they will be discussing.
Yeah, and I'm excited that when they will be able to release like a longer trailer to really show who else is all involved in it. So we'll be able to talk about it again in the future, of course. But from that little teaser trailer, it's going to be interesting the kind of take they have on it. And just seeing that difference from that funny sitcom, like you were saying, to something serious, I hope it does turn out to be really good. But having Will Smith involved in it, I'm sure it will help out quite a bit. Now, of course, earlier this week on Wednesday, of course, we got to talk about this, being Marvel fans and all. The Hawkeye series has dropped, and we kind of wanted to bring this up to be able to talk about, already the reviews and what people are saying about it. I myself have not watched those first 2 episodes that premiered on Wednesday just yet. I'm saving it for the weekend, but I will be catching up just before next Wednesday. But we've already been seeing some really great reviews so far.
Yes, it's gotten some pretty great reviews, and the first 2 episodes dropped, so we get introduced to Kate Bishop, who we find out is a big fan of Hawkeye after seeing Clint fight during the Battle of New York in 2012, which was portrayed in the first Avengers movie, and he becomes her hero at that point. So then she embarks on becoming a champion in archery and martial arts from a very young age, and they kind of showcase that she has a ton of trophies, a ton of accolades throughout doing all of this, and then she stumbles upon Clint's Ronin costume from when he was an assassin during the blip after Thanos wiped out half the universe. So that is kind of his past catching up to him. No one knows that he was Ronin during that time, so he really wants to keep that identity secret. So he's going after getting that suit back, and then also discovering that the people he angered during that time is coming back to bite him in the butt, because now they're going after Kate Bishop, who they think was Ronin. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go so far. And so far the action has been pretty good. We're getting that introduction base out of the way before the real action starts. They introduce Pizza Dog, who becomes Kate Bishop's dog, kind of like a little sidekick or a mascot, who is very, very adorable. And then it's set at Christmas time too, so you have like the winter theme, and it has been confirmed that this takes place 2 years after they brought everyone back. So it's been a little while since Thanos and since they went back in time. So I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's off to a very great start, and I would definitely recommend checking out the first 2 episodes and definitely the rest of the series.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch those episodes myself. Hopefully this gives people more of like a nice backstory when it comes to, Hawkeye, because he's gotten so much hate, of course, from Endgame and just everything that happened with Natasha and all that. So I'm hoping, people will find that love back with him and just seeing what he's all about. And it's going to be interesting, yeah, of course, seeing with Kate Bishop what you were explaining. I'm excited to see that dog. So I'm going to be excited to see those episodes. But that's all the time we have for this week's entertainment panel, unfortunately. Thanks again so much for joining us today.
Of course, thank you.